Sometimes you just have to cry. Hi guys, well it is Friday, April 2nd, and this little video is going to be a little bit different than my other videos. Originally I was going to show you the food I had today, but I got to tell you I had an off day. I remembered that today is the anniversary of the day that I last saw my son alive. And yes, it's been 3 years ago, so please don't tell me I should be over this by now, because you never ever get over the loss of a child, no matter how old that child is. I had driven to Chicago on a whim. It wasn't a planned trip. And met him at a Mexican restaurant there in Chicago, one of his favorites. And we spent 2 or 3 hours together, and when I left to drive back home, he asked me if I needed money for the toll road. I told him no. And I hugged him, told him I loved him. That's the last time I ever hugged him. He died a week later. Now, Aaron was 28. He would have been 29 in July. I am convinced that Aaron had bipolar disorder. I have read a lot about bipolar disorder since he passed away, and many of the things he just fits to the T. And I wish I would have known more back then. I had suspected it, didn't really know what to do, especially since he was an adult. But there were signs even when he was a younger child that I wish I had latched onto and really sought some help for him. And those are regrets that I will always have. Aaron could make me laugh and smile and make me get angry all within 10 minutes. He was a very loving and kind person, and then all of a sudden he could be very angry and violent. He was a football player. He loved the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Cleveland Browns. And after Joe died, he promised to take care of me. And I think that was weighing so heavily on him. He was so young and he didn't know how to handle it. So today I was remembering, and being on Weight Watchers was the furthest thing from my mind. I went to a Mexican restaurant and I ate dinner and pretended he was there with me. So I knew this week was going to be rough. Next Saturday on the 10th is the anniversary of the day he took his life. And the day before that, I must have talked to him on the phone for about, 5 or 6 times. And I remember each and every one of those conversations. And I remember how we said goodbye, and it was just really weird and abrupt. We were talking, and then all of a sudden, in typical Aaron fashion, he said, well, bye. And he hung up. And I tried to call him back, and he didn't answer. And by then he was off to something else. Never heard from him again. The next day I got a call from the Chicago police that they had found him in his car. So, you'll have to forgive me for not being a good role model today on Weight Watchers. I know that eating Mexican food, and I had a couple of desserts even, is not getting me any to my goal, and leaning on food for comfort is not a good thing to do, but that's exactly what I did today. I miss him so much. I even went to the cemetery. Actually, I went to the cemetery for an entirely different reason. But, I went there to see if I could, I put a wreath over there at Christmas time, and I hadn't gotten it off. I don't know if Garrett took it off or not, but it wasn't no longer there, and that's why I really went over there, was to get that wreath off of there, because tomorrow I want to go over and put some Easter decorations on the grave. But um, it was when I was there I realized what day it was, and things kind of spiraled downward from there. I miss him so much. And even though like I said, he was grown, he didn't live with me, I still talked to him every day, many times more than once, many times in frustrated conversations, many times not. He tried his best to make sure I had everything I needed. For some reason, he thought it was his job for, to make sure I was okay. And I wish he was back here so I could tell him I'm okay. He would never know it by looking at me right now, but I'm okay. So, tomorrow, I will record my food again and be back at it. I just needed today, I don't know, maybe eating what I ate, that I was thinking I was maybe closer to it. I don't know. But I ate more than I should have. I'll have a weight gain tomorrow, I'm sure. This is hard. In many ways, losing Aaron is a lot harder than losing. It happened so close. I mean, it was only 5 months after Joe died. I wasn't prepared for that kind of shock. And I told a friend the other day that I think I'm suffering from PTSD over everything. I have good, well-meaning people in my life that keep telling me it's time to move on. I know they mean well. And I know many of you who know how I feel. I know many of you have lost spouses and husbands or children. I just sometimes don't know how to cope with it. I stood over at his gravesite and said, "Aaron, it's been 3 years. It's time for you to come home now." I wasn't with him when he took his last breath. I wasn't there to talk him out of it. I just have that one memory of the last time I hugged him. So, that's my video for tonight. I'll be better tomorrow. And I'll see you later.